Remy Cavagna decides 1,500 metres to go.
Welcome to the Criterium de Dauphiné 2022. The build-up to the Tour de France starts here with 8 days for the punchers and climbers, plus a time trial on stage 4. We'll be heading up to Chastres-Sancy, over the Galibier and the Croix de Fer, and finishing next Sunday on the Plateau de Solaizan, where Jakob Fuglsang triumphed in 2017. There is one former winner on the start line in Chris Froome, but the big favourite is Primož Roglic, who's looking to add to his Paris-Nice victory back in March. This 74th edition opens with 192 kilometres between La Voulte-sur-Rhône and Beauchastel, a long finishing circuit with 2 climbs of the Côte du Chambon de Bavard, where the few pure sprinters here at the race will just be looking to hold on.
There are some climbs, not that steep, but I think if they're going full gas it will be hard, but yeah, let's see what happens.
For sure I try to go for the highest result possible today, but the rest of the team, I think it's just a goal to come safe through the finish and keep the options open for GC.
Others might try to go from range in the final. There's a small and technical descent off the final climb, then a tailwind all the way to the finish with a flat run-in. The roads are quite wide, but I think with 30 or 40 seconds you could go all the way.
Ouais, 30-40 secondes, je pense que ça peut aller au bout.
Well, there was a bumpy start to the day with the Col de l'Héris and the Côte de Baraque as 3 riders formed the early breakaway. Pierre Rolland from B&B Hotels KTM, he was on the hunt for King of the Mountains points. The experienced Frenchman, joined by his compatriot Maxime Bouet of Arkea Samsic in the red here, and Laurence Huys from Intermarché Wanty-Gobert. The 23-year-old Belgian impressed at the recent Tour of Norway, finishing 7th overall. And Rolland has been lively in the breakaways this season. He also got up the road at Flèche Wallonne and Eschborn-Frankfurt. However, the peloton had no intention of letting them open up a big gap. It was never more than 3 minutes, and it came down to 2 minutes as they crossed the finish line for the first time. Well, everything was pretty settled at this point in the peloton. Jumbo-Visma's Chris Harper working with most of Dylan Groenewegen's bike exchange team at the front. There was then a minor mechanical for Rolland inside the final 60 kilometres, but he was able to get back to his fellow escapees. Other teams in the bunch were then starting to look interested as they approached the day's final climb, which topped out with 36 kilometres remaining. Trek Segafredo setting a high tempo as some of the pure sprinters began to struggle. Notably Groenewegen, 101 here, and Phil Bauhaus. Trek trying to set things up for Jasper Stuyven, while Jumbo-Visma were working for Wout van Aert, and INEOS Grenadiers were also up there looking after the interests of Ethan Hayter. Pierre Rolland had time to collect a few more King of the Mountains points, but the peloton were rapidly closing in. Bouet was the first of the escapees to be swallowed up. Well, in the meantime, Bike Exchange had sent men back to assist Groenewegen, but it was going to be an arduous chase for the Dutchman. Mikel Honoré then went on the attack for Quick-Step Alpha Vinyl, flying past Rolland and Huys. The Dane opening up a small gap of around 10 seconds, but he was soon brought back in by a charging peloton. INEOS Grenadiers really putting the hammer down. Game on then, the peloton versus the Groenewegen group containing most of the pure sprinters, but they simply didn't have the firepower to make it back. Meanwhile, Remy Cavagna didn't have the firepower to make this late attack stick. Van Aert, Hayter, Stuyven and the rest gearing up for the bunch sprint.
And now they get the sprint going. Ganna had managed to get back there. Ethan Hayter is getting ready. Right in on the wheel is Wout van Aert as they get ready to strike. And here goes the sprint now as Ethan Hayter now goes for home. Ethan Hayter of INEOS Grenadiers. It's going to be a drag race between Hayter and Wout van Aert. Who's going to get this one? Van Aert in the centre. And the Belgian champion, Wout van Aert, does what the team asked him to do.
Wout van Aert claiming his 4th win of the season in some style. The Belgian champion missed the Tour of Flanders with COVID, but he returned to come 2nd at Paris-Roubaix and 3rd at Liège-Bastogne-Liège. His impressive run continues. The Jumbo-Visma man was particularly happy with his sprint performance as he prepares to target the green jersey at the Tour de France.
I was a really great spring season, but I was not really always happy with the feeling in the sprint. And it's definitely something where we tried to work on the past couple of weeks, and if it pays off immediately, it's always a good feeling.
Van Aert out sprinting a trio of young guns, 23-year-old HAYTER, 22-year-old Sean Quinn and 20-year-old Hugo Page, all riders to keep an eye on. 5-time Dauphiné stage winner Edvald Boasson Hagen was also up there in 5th place. Van Aert is the early race leader, just like in 2020 when he also won the opening stage. The day's breakaway riders all inside the top 6 after picking up bonus seconds at the intermediate sprints. Van Aert also has the green jersey, which he'll be hoping to keep until next Sunday. He'll lend it to HAYTER in Monday's second stage. Roland leads the mountains classification, and the former stage winner at the Tour and the Giro is likely to be back on the attack in the coming days to defend his polka dot jersey. HAYTER is the best young rider, but as he'll be wearing green on stage 2, it's the young American Quinn who'll be in white. Well, tomorrow we head from the Ardèche to Haute-Loire with another day for punches or perhaps even the breakaway. 170 kilometres from Saint-Péret to Brive-Charensac with 4 climbs, including one that tops out with just 9k to go. Do join us again on Monday, and thanks for watching.